I mean, it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So you know what I'm saying. I'm with it. So I'll be going for Bud. If he fight Canelo.
Step right here and roll. Maybe he's a little overrated.
Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good. Really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants.
Errol Spence Jr. has broken his silence after teaming up with Terence Crawford in training camp for the upcoming showdown against Canelo Alvarez. Speaking for the first time since joining forces with his former rival, Spence praised Crawford's sharp focus, relentless work ethic, and strong mindset as he prepares for the biggest fight of his career. Their unexpected partnership has stunned the boxing world, showing the deep respect between them and their shared goal of making history.
Listen, however they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we got to fight, and I'm going to win the fight. It's simple as that.
Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo?
No, it's not.
Is that something you push for?
No, I didn't.
And there's any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
A lot of fighters would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best.
Spence Jr. showed his respect for Terence Crawford ahead of the Canelo Alvarez fight, calling him a tough and powerful fighter. Reflecting on their 2023 bout, where he struggled with timing and took heavy shots, Spence highlighted just how strong Crawford is in the ring. He also pointed out that Canelo once successfully moved up in weight, and with Crawford now doing the same, Spence believes Bud has a real shot at making it happen.
It could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So you know what I'm saying. I'm with it. So I'll be going for Bud. If he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he gonna win or lose, but I definitely be going for Crawford. I think if anybody can pull it off, he can pull it off.
Yeah.
He's chasing greatness, so why not? Canelo came up to 175 and that, and fought Kovalev and fought the other guy too. So I mean, if he can do it, and he started at 147. So I mean, if he's doing it, why can't Crawford do it?
So recently, Errol Spence just backed Terence Crawford to beat Canelo Alvarez in the upcoming fight, September the 13th. And now you got a whole lot of people making a whole lot of noise about it, which is crazy because if y'all remember, Errol Spence, he been calling out Canelo Alvarez for years. Remember when Canelo Alvarez was still at 160, Errol was saying that he'll move up to 160 just to fight Canelo Alvarez. I guess because he's seen something in Canelo that he can exploit. And being as though that Terence beat the shot at Errol Spence last year, I guess he felt like he can do the same thing to him too.
Crawford is making a bold move to chase history by jumping up 2 weight classes to challenge Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed super middleweight title on September 13th, 2025. The fight is being billed as one of the biggest events in boxing, with fans highly excited. However, when asked about the possibility of a rematch with Spence Jr., Crawford shut down the idea completely, making it clear he has no interest.
Terence Bud Crawford is aiming for a Canelo Alvarez clash at 168 to become undisputed for a third time in a third weight division, something that has never been done. They're talking about Canelo Alvarez's 2 fights this year in May and September is going to be potentially versus Jamal Charlo and Terence Crawford in September on the back end. For Canelo, of course, we want to see him fight David Benavidez, David Morrell. Dig what I'm saying? But so I know, this might not be what y'all want to see from Canelo, but for Terence Crawford, I like the idea. It looks like Errol Spence is going to do other things as opposed to fighting Terence Crawford in a rematch. So Terence Crawford in the gym right now, getting ready, staying prepared. And I would like to see him challenge himself versus Canelo. He done did everything else in the sport. And I mean,
Bernard Hopkins highlighted the toll Crawford took on Spence in their last fight, saying it felt like 3 fights in one and cost Spence the equivalent of 4. Drawing on his veteran experience, Hopkins explained that such punishment can take away valuable years, or even the prime stretch, of a boxer's career. He warned that while the effects may not show immediately, they can still change the course of a fighter's future.
Crawford. Billy Crawford, even though, fought twice, throughout the year, Crawford, was...
But look who he beat.
Undisputed.
Look who he beat. Look who he beat. What he did to Spence, and how he did it. That's 3 fights to me. And it took 4 fights out of Spence, right? Yeah, I'm a fighter, so I can tell you when you get punished like that.
Yeah, I was there ringside watching the fight.
It takes a few years out of you. Don't see the years right now, but it sort of takes something out of that person going forward. They still can beat some fights, but it really put a bruise on you. You didn't see Spence fight yet, did you?
No.
Did you hear him name opponent for him to potentially fight? It's been quiet.
Shakur Stevenson has made his prediction clear for the upcoming mega fight, confidently saying Crawford can not only beat Canelo, but might even stop him. He's long argued that Crawford's boxing IQ, slick southpaw style, and power make him the better fighter, a point he's repeated for years. Stevenson doubled down by saying Crawford is going to cook Canelo, strongly hinting at a possible knockout. For Stevenson, Crawford's skill, adaptability, and technique give him the tools to pull off what many see as an impossible upset.
I think Bud gonna cook Canelo. I think he's gonna cook him. I think, Canelo a hell of a fighter, but I think Bud just got all the tools to beat him.
You don't think the weight difference is gonna be too big of an advantage?
I think y'all make that something, in certain fights,
Boxing makes it something, not us.
like if this was like a Benavidez, he's actually a lot bigger than Bud, so that would apply. But I feel like with Canelo, he's physically kind of big, but height-wise, he's kind of small. So I don't think so. No.
Corey, how you got a decision to stoppage? Because Bradman and Boozy think that Bud actually might stop.
Me and Boozy talked about that. That's crazy. Me and him got on the phone and talked about it, but I think that's possible. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I think it's a possibility if Canelo gets to acting out of line and not understanding that Bud could crack too. So.
Michael Jai White, the actor and martial artist who once played Mike Tyson in HBO's biopic, is firmly siding with Crawford in the upcoming fight against Canelo. In an interview, he rejected the notion of Canelo being the favorite, saying flatly, no, and compared the matchup to Mayweather's win over Canelo. White believes Crawford's speed, agility, and unorthodox style give him the edge, predicting he can outpoint Canelo with sharp ringcraft much like Mayweather did, even acknowledging Canelo's growth since then.
Canelo versus Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
Do you feel that Canelo's gonna win?
No.
Really?
No.
So you would put your money on Crawford?
Yes.
You'd make money. Just put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think Crawford's gonna beat him?
Because Crawford can find people to fight like Canelo, who is amazing. Canelo has he evolved. I saw how he evolved defensively and everything. I just don't think he's as fast as Crawford. And I think Crawford is just a little step ahead as far as movement is concerned. And so I think it's going to be Mayweather Canelo Part 2. That's what I think. Crawford ain't gonna knock him out, but I don't know if Canelo's gonna land very solidly on Crawford. Canelo's way better now, but I still think there's an edge. It won't necessarily be exactly like that, but I think he'll edge him out point-wise. All you need is that little bit of an edge, and I think Crawford has that.
Former champion Antonio Tarver believes Crawford has what it takes to beat Canelo, but only if he can handle the Mexican star's power at 168 pounds. He praised Crawford's elite skills, but emphasized that the true challenge will be absorbing the heavier punches that come with moving up in weight. Tarver added that if Crawford can withstand that test, his speed, ring IQ, and precision could give him the edge to pull off a huge upset.
Terence gotta be Terence, bro. He's a real deep thinker. He processed fights like nobody else. And he's processed this Canelo fight. He's seen it. He went through it 2 or 3 times already. He knows how this ends. You can tell the way he shadow boxes. He visualizing Canelo being right there in front of him. You understand? Look at the movement. That's all you got to do. Look at the movement. And that's the type of master boxer that Canelo is going to be facing. And the only thing I say is Canelo hasn't faced an opponent like this in a long time. You know what I mean? I think Canelo's going to have to go back to the Caleb Plant fight and look that good, that active, that, you feel me, moving with that type of grace to beat Terence Crawford. Because weight ain't going to make the difference. It ain't going to be the weight. It's going to be the skill.
Israel Madrimov, who was defeated by Crawford in 2024, gave a straightforward prediction about Crawford's upcoming fight with Canelo Alvarez, saying the jump in weight makes all the difference. He believes Canelo will take the win by decision, pointing to size as the key factor. While he acknowledged Crawford's power, skill, and experience, Madrimov feels the physical advantage at 168 pounds gives Canelo the upper hand.
If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think.
Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, what do you think about that fight if they did fight? Looks like it's up for September.
Good fight. You know, if 168 pounds, I think it's Canelo, but it's Canelo better technique because 50-50. If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think. If knockout, it's Canelo.
What makes Crawford so difficult to fight against?
He has power, smart, in more practical.
He has more experience. He's very experienced.
Former world champion Amir Khan, who has faced both fighters, is confident Crawford will have an easy night against Canelo. He praised Crawford's elite skills, sharp accuracy, footwork, high boxing IQ, and slick style, stressing that Bud is much harder to hit than Canelo ever was.
I think that Crawford could beat him because Crawford is a big 147 fighter and is strong as well, which a lot of people don't give him the credit for. I think that fight, if it does happen, as long as Crawford stays away and just boxes and be smart, he can win that fight. I think Crawford's a better fighter than Charlo, and he's a smart fighter as well. He switches and everything, so that would be a very good fight.
You fought them both. Like, what are the differences between them?
Canelo's strong and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't even hit clean. They both hit hard because, and you could see the strength when I was fighting against Crawford. He is very strong as well. So, look, yeah, but why does he need to give that much away? He's pound for pound #1 in the world. Why does he have to go for fighting Canelo?
Amir Khan admitted Canelo still carries big punching power, but pointed out that Crawford hits hard too and could benefit from timing, since Canelo isn't the same fighter he was in 2016. Khan believes that as long as Crawford avoids the heavy shots, he can win the fight comfortably.
With Canelo, is it so substantially bigger than all the other fights?
It was like ×4.
Wow.
King hell.
Yeah.
×3, 4, yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Crazy money.
He's such a draw,
so
isn't
when that deal was put to me, and I was like, it was about like 11 M.
Oh,
wow.
Plus pay-per-view.
I didn't even want to talk to them.
11, 12, call it.
We appreciate that for the second.
Absolutely, yeah.
11, 12 million, yeah. So when you look at that, you think, if I had to, look at it this way. If I had to fight, I have to fight Danny Garcia, Kotelnik, Zab Judah, Peterson, and maybe like a Greco, 5
all to make that much dough.
No, I think, and that's not it's not the fight that's hard, it's the training camps.
Yeah.
So when you get an opportunity like that, you're gonna take it because you know that it's only one fight, whereas instead of you taking 5 fights, no, Canelo knocked me out, fine, not me with one shot. You know what I mean? But you probably take more damage than all them.
Joe Rogan has openly backed Crawford in the upcoming mega fight, saying he favors him despite concerns about the size and power difference. He praised Crawford as the best switch hitter in boxing, seamlessly moving between southpaw and orthodox while showing elite ring IQ. Rogan noted his only real question is whether Crawford can handle Canelo's heavy power, as the Mexican star is known for hitting extremely hard.
which I think is really interesting. The Crawford-Canelo fight.
Beyond interesting. Fascinating.
Because how does Crawford compete with that size? Crawford is leapfrogging. He goes to
He's
super
goes
middleweight.
47 to 54 and now to 68.
And the Madrimov fight in 54 is a difficult fight.
Yeah. So who do you like in Canelo versus Crawford?
Well, I'm a giant Crawford fan because I think he's the best switch hitter since Marvin Hagler. I also think he's one of those guys that if you tell him he can't do something, he wants to show you and shock you.
1000%.
I also think Canelo is slowing down, and Canelo is more of a one-punch fighter now than the combination fighter he was when he was...
Renowned trainer Teddy Atlas is strongly backing Crawford to beat Canelo, saying his experience against top fighters at 147 and 154 has already elevated his game and will help him adjust at 168. He pointed to Crawford's speed, ring IQ, and adaptability, even comparing his abilities to Sugar Ray Leonard's, and described him as a truly special fighter, possibly even more special than Canelo.
Maybe he's a little overrated.
Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good, really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire, it's in his mind, it's in his makeup, where he came from. I know he's moving up in weight class, can he carry it? But those intangibles, I believe that he had.
Oscar de la Hoya has criticized both the fight and its promotion, saying that while Crawford is ambitious and skilled, he doubts he has the power or durability to withstand Canelo's nonstop pressure, predicting Crawford could fade by the 6th or 7th round. He also slammed the press events as staged, calling the dinner shots and shoves fake drama, and insisting that fans deserve a genuine battle, not a promotional act.
Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's gonna do to him? Run him out of the ring. You know what's laughable also? Dana White being named the promoter of this fight, considering he's never been in the boxing space. Has no stable of boxers. He didn't negotiate. And is being handed this fight on a silver platter and called promoter. He's the trust fund baby of boxing. That's it. The trust fund baby of boxing. And get this, the fight will take place during the day on September 13th in Las Vegas. During the day. So Canelo will fight during the day on Netflix just to accommodate UFC Noche later that evening on a different network. So does that mean this fight isn't important? Do they not give a about the fans or viewership? Why is it that Canelo has to fight during the day on Mexican Independence Weekend? And UFC with a roster of names I've never heard of is going on prime time. Cinco de Mayo. He's fighting in Riyadh and now he's fighting during the day on the biggest weekend in boxing. Yeah, Canelo will fight anywhere. Anytime he's told because he doesn't give a... All he cares is about the money. Doesn't give a fans.
Jaron Boots Ennis, the IBF welterweight champion, warned that Crawford is taking a huge gamble by jumping 2 weight classes to face Canelo, suggesting he should first test himself at 160 to adjust to bigger opponents. Ennis leaned toward Canelo as the favorite, pointing out his power and experience at super middleweight, where he stopped much larger fighters. As the fight draws near, Canelo has gone into full beast mode, showing off a ripped physique after an intense camp. His training, early runs, explosive circuits, core work, and sparring with Olympic standout Darrell Vallant has pushed him to peak condition, leaving even his own team stunned by his ferocity.
But I think you gotta lean more towards Canelo because, like I said before, he been putting big guys out and down. And Canelo not even really a 68 pounder. He probably really should be at 60 maybe. And he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds. and he dropping those guys like that. So I don't know. It's gonna be a great fight. The fans want to see it, so so be it. I think Crawford should take a warm-up fight. At like 60, or like at least at 60, just to get his body, the feeling of somebody a little bit bigger, and things like that. I know when you go up a weight, you gotta, develop that power and not develop the power, but like put that muscle on and be heavy and things like that. So he might not want to take a fight because he's trying to build up right now. But I think he should, just to stay sharp and that way he don't have like a long layoff or anything like that.
Fans are split over the fight, with many slamming Canelo's last bout against William Skull as a boring, record-setting snooze fest that killed excitement and raised doubts about this matchup. Others worry Crawford's bulked-up frame at 168 could slow him down or reduce his power. Social media has exploded with memes mocking the hype and claiming the press conference stunts, like Canelo's shove, were staged for drama. Still, plenty of fans are hooked, debating whether Crawford's agility or Canelo's strength will decide the night.
Canelo is so predictable, dude. You know a hook is coming. You know when the right hand is coming. You know he's going down to the body. He gives it away. There's a tell with him. There really is. And it's usually off the high guard. He comes in, he marches forward, then boom. Crawford's going to be able to see all of that. He's too knowledgeable inside the ring. His IQ is too high. If he can avoid the shots, avoid the big bum, and not get knocked out, he can outbox Canelo. It doesn't matter. He don't have to knock him out. He can outbox him, outpoint him. So that's my opinion, bro. That's what I think about.
Spence Jr. clearly respects Crawford's skills and believes he has a real chance. But the big question is whether Crawford can handle Canelo's size and power at 168. Crawford's speed, IQ, and accuracy are undeniable, but taking on a naturally bigger, heavier puncher is a massive test. If he can absorb the shots and stay sharp, he absolutely has the tools to pull it off, though many see it as an uphill battle.